Hey, Mighty Good friends. Welcome to another Mighty Good conversation. Today, we have the lovely LeAnne Stuver from the Virtual Brain Health Center. LeAnne is a registered nurse with an extensive background in health education. She's worked as a hospital nurse for 10 years before earning her master's degree in education and has many years of experience working with lifelong learning and adult education programs, both on a senior living campus and teaching classes about the importance of lifelong learning and brain health. And she's currently the director of lifelong learning at the Virtual Brain Health Center and is really passionate about this. So we're excited to learn about your programs today, and kind of what we always talk about on these conversations really is what are the great things about getting older and how do we stay active and engaged. So I look forward to talking to you a little bit.
Yeah.
So welcome, LeAnne.
Thank you so much for having me. Glad to be here.
Awesome. Well, first, we'll start by telling us a little bit about your programs and the Virtual Brain Health Center and what you guys offer.
Yeah, so at the Virtual Brain Health Center, we offer free live programming. We have a varied schedule, so you have to kind of check out our website or Eventbrite or a Mighty Good Time to see when we're offering. We're trying to find the best time that people like, but our days of the week vary, but we have a set time that we do our classes. We like to do physical activity classes at 11 a.m. and our classes are all Eastern time. So for viewers that are not in Eastern time, you can adjust this, but we do physical activity at 11 a.m. We do cognitive engagement classes at 2 in the afternoon. And then we like to have classes in the evening at 7 p.m. that focus more on personal well-being, a way to wind down, relax in the evening is when our is our focus for those evening classes.
That's awesome. And tell us a little bit, why the Virtual Brain Health Center? Like, why did you get started? What's it about?
Yeah, our founder, Dr. Crystal Culler, and I actually worked together previously in a brick and mortar setting where I oversaw all of the lifelong learning programs for people on a senior living campus. And Crystal was in charge of all the brain health programming for the residents of the campus and for community living adults. And we worked together very closely. By the start of the pandemic, we had both left that place and were in between jobs. And Crystal called me and said, hey, what do you think about starting a virtual brain health center? Because we were very concerned with how isolated, especially seniors, were going to become with so much unknown with the pandemic and so many lockdowns and senior centers closing and rec centers closing. And that was the brainchild that we wanted to bring these type of classes directly to people's homes, as reasonably priced as possible, so that they could continue to improve their brain health and wellness, as well as their physical health and wellness during the pandemic.
That's amazing. And I was talking to someone yesterday, as many challenges as the pandemic brought to us, it also brought us a lot of innovation and some really great ideas. So now you're able to take all your knowledge and promote it to a much larger audience. So that's
right.
exciting.
And even though, we're in such a different spot of the pandemic, we're still finding people have gotten used to, especially for the physical activity classes, they like doing it in the privacy of their own home. So I hope there's still going to be a venue for us post-pandemic, but we really like being able to come to people where they are.
I have no doubt that there will still be an interest there. It's a whole new world. So when you're thinking about aging and active aging, what do you consider the most important components of active aging?
There's so many things that are important, but I think the thing for us and me in particular is I want people to know that they should consciously choose some stimulating and challenging things to do for their brain every day. We often get stuck in a rut of doing the things we enjoy doing and the things we like to do. And some of those may be good for our brain, but I really like to encourage people to really plan your brain challenge the way you plan your physical activity challenge, and to set that time aside every day to focus on your brain health for maybe it's just 20 minutes, but you really want to make your brain sweat like you do your body when you work out. So
I love that. I'm always making notes. So make your brain sweat. That's a good one. And to consciously choose, because it's part of a health plan. It's part of a greater picture of our overall well-being. So that's a really great tip. Really great. What excites you most about the future of aging?
Oh, wow. So much of our population is aging with the baby boomers getting older. What I like is that so many more things are geared toward the aging population. And I'm on the tail end of that baby boomer designation. So it's great for me. But I like that as a society, we're including older people in all of the planning, that is going on. So, and I also am very excited by all the research, especially in brain health, that says our brain health is 90% our lifestyle choices. And so that means everything is in our hands. We have the ability to change our brain health and our physical health to a degree as well. And they go hand in hand. What's good for our body is good for our brain, and vice versa. But we can make those choices, and it's never too late to start. So I think that's what's most exciting to me.
That's brilliant. Yeah, I read a research article just a couple days ago about nutrition and the Western diet and causing so much inflammation throughout our whole body, which has all kinds of impacts, particularly on our brains and dementia as well. So really interesting, and such a good point about it's never too late to start. There are things that we can do right now.
Exactly.
That's great. What kind of programs are you planning in the future, and where's Virtual Brain Health Center headed?
Yeah, I know we're still planning to do our 3 types of classes at those 3 different times of the day. We're always looking for new and different kinds of things to try, because that's what our brain likes to do, that likes new and different things. And especially in those cognitive engagement classes at 2 in the afternoon, we're always staying on the cutting edge of new things that are coming out in brain health research. And what we pride ourselves on is we can take that research that's hard for people to actually read and digest and know what they can do about it. And we try to put it into very practical education and tips of how you can incorporate that into your everyday life.
I noticed that on your website, actually, that the way that you had kind of summarized articles, and it did make it easier. So you don't have to read all of it. You're kind of summarizing that as well.
Right. And everything we do, we try to stay very research informed. So we're not just making stuff up. We're looking at that research, those studies that are done, and then we're giving you that expert information, but in a way that you can understand it better.
Can you tell me a little bit, because I was going through your website this morning, can you tell me a little bit about memory testing and how you guys help with that?
Yeah, so we do offer free memory screens, and the ones that we offer are ones that we're able to do easily in a virtual environment. And we like to say that this memory screen is like when you go to the doctor for your yearly checkup and get your blood pressure screened, or you get your blood sugar measured with your yearly lab work. So it's just a screening tool, but it's a basic moment in time of where your brain health is. And if you struggle on any of those areas, we would encourage you to follow up with your personal physician for a more detailed exam. And if they think anything is going on, then they'll make recommendations further. So ours is a very basic screening, but it's all confidential and done in the privacy of your own home and virtually, just like we're talking now. So we do offer those by appointment. People can just reach out to us through our website to set those up.
That's great. Yeah, it's a really good service. And sometimes it's hard to find people locally that do that for you. So it's nice to have a place to do that.
Yeah.
So any final tips for our group on how to live a mighty good life?
Yeah, that I highlighted 3. So the first is to move as much as possible during each and every day. So move as much as you can. Second, regarding that diet that you talked about, eat the colors of the rainbow. So eat as many colorful fruits and vegetables at each meal and for your snacks as you can. And the third one, you won't be surprised by, look for new and challenging ways every day that you can challenge your brain and to really get that brain, either the smoke coming out of your ears feel or making like you feel your brain sweat. That's what's really going to give you the best brain health and also the best physical health, because they go hand in hand.
That's fantastic. Thank you so much for being with us, LeAnne.
Oh, thanks for having me, Amy. It's been a joy.
You bet. And for all our mighty good friends out there, you will be able to find Virtual Brain Health Center activities on our website. The link will take you right back out to Virtual Brain Health Center so you can see everything that they have to offer as well. And we're just pleased to have you as one of our partners.
And we hope we see you there.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks, Amy.